right. So welcome everyone. Thanks so much for coming and joining us today. My name's Ryan Dosen. I'm here supporting the sales side with Host Merchant Services. Haven't had a chance to meet a lot of you yet, but I'm looking forward to doing so. We've got a few panelists on here that are gonna provide some support with me today as well. Again, the title of the webinar, Unlock New Revenue, SaaS Solutions for Your Merchant Portfolio. Our goal here is to provide you guys additional tools so that you can board more business and make more money. All right, so quick overview. Again, the purpose, like I just said, we're going to be introducing a new tool. It's called the Cloud Manager Software Suite. Eric Katz, who's one of the panelists on here today, he heads up the software side of our business here. They've done a great job creating some really cool tools that are going to help you guys board a bunch of merchants. And so our goal is to introduce you to that software today and enable you to get rolling with it. And the goal again is to help you all expand your offerings, drive more sales, increase retention, create more revenue streams. All right. It's not news to anybody, but we all know that one of the big challenges that we have here in merchant services is growing competition from SaaS providers, bundling payment processing, with their software solutions. So to help you all and to help our business combat this challenge, we're introducing the Cloud Manager Suite. Okay. So again, what is Cloud Manager? It's a suite of highly customizable all-in-one software solutions. It's designed to meet the needs of a wide array of business verticals. We're going to touch on a few of them today, but as you'll come to see, the software is very flexible and we're able to use it for many different things. And of course, it's going to come with tightly integrated payment processing functionality with Host Merchant. And one of the biggest benefits that we have here to offer you all today is that this software is going to be made available free for life for early adopters that decide to board and process payments with Host Merchant. Okay, we're going to be running that promotion for the next 90 days. Okay, so we're introducing it to you here today. We're going to be available to provide support along the way to help you get those merchants boarded with us using the new software solutions. And anyone that you get to board with us over the course of the next 90 days, they're going to have free use of this software as long as they continue to process with us for life. Okay. And as you all know, many businesses out there have very expensive software, hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a year that they're pouring into software to support their business. That includes integrated payment processing. This is going to be free. Okay. So that's a tremendous value you're going to have there to offer people. All right. Some key features and benefits of the software. Again, I've already talked about the versatility. We talked about the integrated payments. It supports individual one-off payments, and it also supports recurring payments. We'll highlight some of that in a few minutes when we actually pull out the software and start taking you through it. You're going to see in a minute that one view is, it says Cloud Gym Manager, another one is Cloud Job Manager. It appears a certain way for our demo purposes, but these softwares can be white labeled and customized for your merchants, for your clients. Software is extendable to other use cases, and we're going to talk more about that. In the software, when the business owners log in, there's reporting and tracking of received and outstanding payments. There's also template-driven, customizable email communication and marketing as well. Okay, so they have the ability within the system to email their clients one-off. They have the ability to send email blasts to everyone, like to offer a new promotion or say, hey, we're going to be closed on Friday for some reason. What are we going to do to support you all here? Okay, so first thing that I want to mention is the software is new. It's kind of in almost like a beta state right now. We do have clients actively using it, and they're having a great experience with it. Eric and his team every day are making tweaks and improvements and expanding what we're able to do with the software. Okay, so it is in beta. There may be a hiccup here and there. We have an entire software team there to deal with any issues and to also improve the software over time. Okay. Again, this early promotion People are getting free access to this software for life. They're also helping us a little bit because the software is beta, and we're going to help improve it for them and improve it for everyone. We will support you for your demos with your possible new merchant clients. Okay, so an example, just the other day, Eric and Chris and I hopped on with an agent that wanted to go pitch a pet grooming business. Okay, pet grooming. We use the gym software for pet grooming. That's how flexible this software is. We're able to get the pet groomer what they need with the gym software. Okay, so again, very flexible stuff, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in a few minutes when we show you just how it is able to be flexible with what Eric's created. Free use and demo of the products without active integrated payments. So you may have a client, you may have a business that wants to try out the software, before they dive all the way in. We will support that. We will allow that. The early adopter promotion, like we said, 90 days. Okay, so for 90 days, you board a merchant with us, taking advantage of the Cloud Manager software. They're going to have it free for life as long as they stay with us and continue to process payments with us. Eventually, we are going to start charging for the software, of course. It's going to be a slow rollout. Okay, it's going to start with relatively low monthly buy-in rates. Okay, but they're going to increase over time. Eric and his team are going to continue making this software better and better for everyone. Okay, so there will be price increases eventually. Get in now, and for these businesses, they're just going to save so much money over time. It's going to be great for them. Also, coming soon, more verticals. Eric and his team constantly expanding what we're able to offer here. And part of why we love you attending today, and we're going to want to continue following up with you. I'm going to follow up with all of you after this. We want your suggestions. Okay, we want you to say, "Hey, Ryan, can we make this work for this, for this vertical that I want to target, or for this particular client that I want to look at?" I want you to reach out to me and let me know, "Hey, I have this idea. Either can we do it with the software in its current state, or it doesn't seem that way, but is this where you're going?" Again, Eric's constantly expanding what we're doing here. We want your ideas. We want to know what you guys need so that we can get that to you, so that we can all do more and more business together. All right, so now we're going to get into the live demos. I'm going to hop in and I'm going to demo the Cloud Gym Manager. Again, it's more flexible than gyms, but we're going to talk about gyms first, and then we're going to move into other things. If anyone has any questions, I don't believe you all are able to talk necessarily, but I do believe there's a chat. And guys, if you can help maybe support with if anyone has any chat questions, I want to be able to get into that.
We're on it.
All right. Yep. All right. So we're going to talk about Cloud Gym Manager here. And before I get into the weeds on all of this, just want to talk about a few more things. Okay. So the wide applicability. This particular software is going to be ideal for any business where the clients are paying to be a part of a scheduled class or service, potentially membership-based companies. Okay, again, gyms was one of the first verticals that we thought of here because people pay a monthly gym fee. Lou and I worked out at CrossFit, and there was a monthly fee for that, right? And that was pretty much all the receivables there. There were a few others, but that's the big one is the recurring membership. But when we're thinking about the gym software, again, what can this particular software flex to, right? So gym, yoga studio, dance studio, but things like a hair salon, okay, a tutoring company. Okay, so like in those cases, we've got schedules that need to be booked. Maybe it's not a recurring thing. It can be one-off things as well. Okay. This can be integrated. This software can be integrated into the client's existing business websites. Okay, so what they're going to be able to do is the clients themselves are going to be able to go onto the business's website, and they're going to be able to log in. They're going to be able to actually reserve a class, reserve a tutoring session, reserve a swing session or something like that. And they're actually going to be able to pay for it right there. Um, you're going to see in a second, fully customizable for specific services and offerings of whatever the individual business is. And again, it says Cloud Gym, but it can be cloud anything. The business owner is going to be able to add people. Clients can also add themselves by logging in. And before I hop in here, one last thing. Again, these businesses like gyms, okay? These gyms, as you know, they're paying hundreds of dollars a month in software, in addition to having, you know, built-in integrated payment processing that a lot of times they're getting killed on there too. Okay, so tremendous value to any client that you feel like might be a good fit here. They're going to avoid hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a year in software costs, and they're going to benefit from the amazing customer support that you've come to expect from Host Merchant. And they're going to also, we're going to be able to do a lot better on pricing for them. All right, so let's get in here a little bit into the weeds with the Cloud Gym software. So as you can see, this has been shared here for a little while. We've got, when you've logged in, when the owner's logged in, they're able to see, in this case, the past 12 months revenue. They're also able to see, their member counts and how they've grown, all that stuff. There's a bunch of other metrics that can be tracked down here. I'm not going to bore you with that right now, but I'm happy to take you through those separately if you guys have any questions. Over here on the left. Okay, so this is the owner's dashboard in this case. It's Average Joe's Test Gym. I think Eric likes Dodgeball, the movie, and I think that's where that came from. But anyway, what are some of the options that we have in here? So the first one is people. We're obviously able to add members in here, because obviously we want to have people in the facility. Okay, we've got a few members in here. Some of them are panelists. Some of them are very, very famous people. Adding them is easy enough. Okay, so you click here and you can add them in here. Okay, once the people are added in, we'll pick on Chris here. You have the ability to add their payment information in here as well. Okay, as most of you probably know, we're PCI compliant. Payments are tokenized. We don't hold on to or even take their credit card information, right? It's going to be the business owner that's going to put it in, and the payment information is going to be stored externally. Or the client of the business is going to log in on the website and go to pay, but everything's going to be tokenized, so we're not going to be, we shouldn't be having any issues around that. All right. One last thing in here in terms, let's take a look at payments really fast. Again, so we talked about the ability to have recurring memberships, right? So in this case, we've got a gym where people are going to be paying for recurring memberships. All right. If that makes it a little bit easier for you guys to see. We've got the ability to add recurring plans. Okay. And in here, we've just created a few kind of like test case recurring plans. But we talked about customization, right? So if you come to us and you say, hey, Ryan, I've got this business that I think Cloud Gym might be a good fit for. They've got, specific plans that people sign up for on a recurring basis. We're able to come in here and we're able to add plans, with different billing cycles and everything. Okay, a day, a week, a month, quarter, semi-annually, all that stuff. Okay, so we're able to customize it to exactly what the client needs. Okay, we're able to buy class packs as well, or create class packs. Those of you that have been to gyms and stuff like that know sometimes you'll buy like a block of, 10 sessions or something like that, or 10 workouts. I've got kids that do math tutoring, and we buy blocks of tutoring sessions. Right. So that's a vertical where something like this would work. In here in the transaction section, you have the ability to go ahead and take a look at your transactions. And if you take a look at the date range, you're able to pull up all the different transactions and see what was processed. All right. Next, in the features section, we have our classes. Again, this is where you're able to put in, You're able to put in certain classes that are going to be available for certain numbers of people. Okay, so like my class right here, I'm going to teach it from 4 to 5 o'clock, and I'm able to take 5 people. But the Incredible Hulk, he's much better than me, right? So he's able to take 10 people in his weightlifting class. All right. So anyway, we're able to create custom classes and stuff like that. Also spaces. This is a very interesting thing that brings a lot of applicability to other things like the pet groomer, for instance. Um, we've got, in this case, let's say we're working with a company that has a, a golf instruction academy or something like that. Okay. So they might have multiple bays that people need to be able to reserve. Okay. Or a swing machine or the driving range itself. Right. So what people are going to be able to do is they're going to be able to log in and they're going to be able to say, okay, I want to reserve bay 2 from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And we'll price, there will be a price in there for that. And they're going to be able to log in and pay for that right then and there. Okay. Also, the services, this is where we can put in something along the lines of, what are the different offerings? Again, like if it's this coaching business, we've got, swing machine with the coach, right? And that's going to cost $150 and that's going to be a 30-minute session or something like that. Okay. A simulator with coaching, so on and so forth. So you're able to build in, we're able to talk with these businesses, we're able to see what are your offerings, we're able to build it in here, and the business owner themselves, they're going to either be able to they're going to either be able to reserve and log in and charge people on their end. The clients or their clients are going to be able to log in on the website, and they're going to actually be able to reserve things too, if that's an option that they want to have available. All right. Next, especially businesses that are going to run off of a schedule, they're going to want to be able to see, what their schedule looks like, right? So, for instance, in this case, if we take a look at reservations and we want to look at, okay, what's on tap for today or for even this week, we're able to scroll down through the calendar view and we're able to see, excuse me, cancel. We're able to see, okay, we have, in this case, Steve the Pirate has reserved the swinging machine, from 11 a.m. And we're able to see on here also that he's actually not paid for it. Okay, so you do have the business owner will have the ability to reserve the spot without charging someone on the spot, or they can charge him on the spot. Okay, so if you take a look at Iron Man here in Bay 1, the green check is there because he's not only reserved Bay 1, but he's actually paid for it. In this case, Steve the Pirate, he's reserved the swing machine at 11 a.m. He's not paid for it. Okay, but we can click on it, and when Steve the Pirate shows up, we can have him pay right then and there. Okay, have the ability to block out schedules as well. Okay, workout. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because this is fairly hyper niche, but this was built in here. If anyone does CrossFit or anything like that, there's specific CrossFit related things for the WOD. We can catch up separately about that if you want to learn more about that, but I don't want to take up too much time because that's very specific to that vertical. Documents, you have the ability to upload documents. For instance, like you've got your membership agreement, you might have waivers, any sort of documents that you want to be able to keep and save and even have on demand or something like that. We're able to put those in here, or the business owner is going to be able to upload those things in here and have them, accessible. Last thing I want to touch on here, we talked about communication. So we have the ability to send emails. And again, we can send an email just to Iron Man if we want to, or just Spider-Man if we wanted to, or we can email blast everyone and say, hey, the gym reminder, the gym's going to be closed for 4th of July, something like that. Okay, so we have the ability to do that. You have the ability to create templated emails in here as well. Not going to spend a lot of time in that, but we can dive into that separately. All right, so that is Cloud GymSoft. Okay, and I just want to remind again, it's not just for gyms. Okay, so we've already created a demo account for an agent for a pet grooming company. I've been one of my best friends, his wife has a tutoring company, right? And so we've been talking with her about getting her set up in here. This is expandable, and I'm sure y'all have a lot of ideas about that. Want to encourage y'all to reach out to us, and let us know if you have any ideas or any concerns about that. All right. So I'm going to stop share for just a second. And I just wanted to see really fast if we had any. I think a few people had some questions come in with regard to ACH and scheduling out for payments or something like that. Um, I, I believe the answer to that is yes. And so Eric's going to hop on here in a second, and he's going to demo the other two softwares. But that stuff definitely should be available for your merchants. All right. So let me go ahead and hand off. Eric, would you like to share your screen and take them through? Actually, before, just go ahead and share your screen, and I'm going to talk a little bit more. Sorry for all the talking, guys. While Eric's sharing his screen, cloud rental. Okay, this one is definitely a more focused software solution. This one is targeted at rental management companies. Okay. Um, a lot of you probably have not targeted this vertical. But one thing that we wanted to make sure that we brought to your attention is that these are businesses that, some of them are taking in hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in rental payments. It's a lot of money. There's a lot of opportunity there. And it doesn't have to be a rental management company that's doing that type of volume. This is going to be scalable for businesses, both large and small. And for those that aren't familiar with this particular vertical, it is presently fairly dominated by some very expensive software vendors that charge an awful lot for processing. So AppFolio and Buildium are a couple that come to mind. Um, Again, thousands and thousands of dollars these businesses are spending to use these software solutions because they kind of feel like their hands are tied and they just kind of have to go with AppFolio or Buildium or something like that. So they're used to paying through the teeth, and even on the payment processing side too. So this may not be a vertical that you've targeted before, but it's definitely one that we think you should consider, and we're happy to support you here. Eric, if you want, go ahead and take the floor.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Eric Katz. I'm VP of Technology for Host Merchant Services, and as Ryan mentioned, I've been heading up these the efforts to develop these software solutions so that we can obviously generate more business and support customers and get new revenue streams and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Ryan, for doing Cloud Gym Manager. I'm going to talk about Cloud Rental Manager here. And as you might imagine, Cloud Rental Manager is a piece of software. It's a little bit more targeted. It's really targeted towards the rental management workspace. You have tenant, you own a bunch of properties, you have tenants, you want to manage all of the tenants, you want to be able to manage the leases. And of course, with that comes the recurring rent charges, the recurring, you want to charge them, their monthly utilities or monthly trash. And as a core piece of this, be able to take automatic recurring payments as well to improve your revenue input. Kind of take that out of the automatic payment kind of thing will allow your customers, anybody of our users that use this will be able to kind of get that out of their way. So they're not dealing with a steady stream of people coming in and paying once a month or whatever. So what we've done here is created a really nice piece of software to facilitate the ability to manage all of these pieces and, of course, take payments and then manage all of the charges and stuff like that. All done automatically. So I'm just going to kind of gloss through some of the core pieces of this, which, as you might imagine, the ability to create properties, You might have a whole bunch of properties that you need to manage. Mine are all, as you might see, concentrated in the city of Philadelphia. And I have some pretty famous tenants. And so here's my list of tenants. And they will obviously, the way we marry a tenant to a property is through a lease. And leases are, as you know, time-based. So we've given our users the ability to be able to create a fairly complex lease, given whatever configurable time base, a year lease, a month-to-month lease, whatever, and then be able to manage the rental payments, the charges, and all that kind of in an automatic form. So as you can see that you can get at a glance, how much each of your tenants are going to be, are outstanding. And we can go in here and, I'm owed. This guy just moved in, Ryan Howard, and he owes me $4,025. So I'm going to go ahead and have him make a payment. And he's already got a card on file here. As Ryan mentioned a little earlier, we actually do not, we are PCI compliant. We actually don't touch credit cards. We use a very centralized library that is handled by NMI, that's distributed by NMI, so that we don't actually have a fingerprint on the credit cards themselves. So we retain PCI compliance that way. So I'm going to make his payment here for him. And okay. And he's done. So you can see that now he's got a zero balance. So all of the payments are done kind of in an integrated fashion. We also have the ability to do scheduled payments. So you can have tenants, say, I'll pay you on the 3rd of every month, and you can just set it up for, a set amount, and it'll automatically go. And we don't actually have to handle that stuff ourselves. The customers won't have to handle that themselves. They can just set it up in an automated fashion. As with the Cloud Gym Manager, we have the ability to do blast emails and so forth, or targeted emails directly to individual tenants if we wish, or a blast email, hey, reminder that the leasing office is going to be closed on Christmas Day, that kind of thing. And again, we have the ability to customize. I don't have any customized templates here, but we have built in the flexibility of doing customized templates so that you can personalize the emails as they go out. Hi, Ryan Howard, we're going to be closed on Christmas Day. So you don't have to send them out individually. We've also built a wide array of canned reports that will assist a property manager in being able to, discover their revenue, what their, who their delinquent tenants are, and, revenue totals and payments reports and all that kind of good stuff. And, if there's stuff that here is discovered that it's missing, enhanced reports that somebody would like, we're obviously always willing to help them out, and we can get them done pretty quickly. And then on the dashboard, I kind of went through this pretty, I didn't really spend a lot of time on this, but you can get to see here on your dashboard, the most important information that you really want, rents paid, how much money you're making a month, what your occupancy percentage is, and, payments that have been made over the last so many days to make sure that they've been settled and so forth. You can also see if leases are expiring in the next 6 days. My tenants are pretty new, so nothing there. This also supports insurance policies, so you can also see insurance policies that are going to expire in the next 90 days too, to remind your tenants that they need to update their insurance policies. Okay. that was kind of a quick overview. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, there was one other piece I failed to mention here, and it's the ability to handle work orders, right? So, I can say the refrigerator is not working, or AC is not working, and pick a property, and say it's a complaint or maintenance request. I don't need a vendor. Am I allowed to go in? And I can pick a person to add them, to add this stuff to, and then create work orders, and you can manage them that way, assign them out, all that kind of stuff. So that's that. Are there any questions about this? I know I'll probably see. You can't talk, but if there's any questions, you can feel free to put them in the Q&A, and we can. Yeah, so that's a good question. So there's a question here about data migration, and we actually have a migration procedure already done for Buildium, to export Buildium into Cloud Rental Manager, and we're going to be building others. Not for retail stores or restaurants. No. So this is, this particular software is right now customized towards the rental management space.
One thing Louis mentioned, Eric, is that this is also pretty spot on for storage business as well.
Yeah, actually, it would be, yes. This would be an ideal solution for storage businesses as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it absolutely fits that model. So when you're looking at these pieces of software, and honestly, that's a great point, Ryan. We write these pieces of software, and we haven't even dreamed up all of the possibilities, all of the things. We make it as flexible as we can, and it's really the limits of your imagination. There are businesses out there that we haven't even dreamed up yet that I'm sure are there, and we haven't even thought of that this model, that this software can apply to. So we want to.
Awesome.
Now we're not really pigeonholed into the specific things that we've thought of.
All right. Well, thanks for taking us through cloud rentals there, Eric. I'm just going to briefly introduce cloud jobs here, and then you can show everyone what you've got there. So the last bit of software that we're going to be demoing for you today is Cloud Job Manager. We feel like this perhaps has the widest range of applicable verticals in the entire suite here. It's designed for contract job workers, freelancers, and more. Electricians, plumbers, real estate photographers, landscapers, pool guy, web designer, the business that puts up my grandmother's Christmas decorations every year, right? So it enables any business to take one-off payments for a service, such as that photo shoot. It can also set up recurring payments for things like Sergio, the baseball coach, cleaning Eric's pool every month, So anyway, Eric, why don't you go in and show them some of what Cloud Job can do for them?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ryan. Can everybody see my screen still? I'm on the Ryan. We're on you can see contract or Cloud Job Manager.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. So Cloud Job Manager is, as Brian mentioned, this will support a wide variety of businesses as well. The pool cleaner, the house cleaning business, the kitchen remodeler business, my goodness, there's so many I can't even begin to mention them all, but it's really along the contract management space and service management space. And once I start diving into it, you'll understand that this is really applicable to a wide number of businesses. So you keep your stable of customers here as your customer list, and you can add new customers all the time. And for a customer, you want to be able to manage, let's assume we're the pool business, you charge the pool customer, $50 a month, and they pay $50 a month, and but you don't really want to have to worry about that kind of thing. So here you have the ability to just have a recurring charge, set up recurring charges for them. I have $50 a month in monthly pool cleaning maintenance. It automatically gets charged. The next charge date will be on the 10th of the month. And with that, you can also set up recurring payments. So a customer can have, a credit card on tokenized already, and we can automatically charge the credit card. And this facilitates ease of charge and payments, and really kind of takes the grunt work out of these kinds of models, these kind of business models. And then you can see what the general ledger is. They've got a $210 balance, and maybe they want to make a payment, a one-time payment to clear the balance, cash, whatever it is, credit card, check, and they can clear that balance if they want. So the other side of that's really more of the recurring model. But we also handle, as I mentioned, you're a kitchen remodeling business. So the way the kitchen remodeling business works is they start creating quotes, right? They want to create a quote that says, actually, let me go into one that's already built. Find one that's a little bit more complex. Okay, so this one's a little bit better. So we've created, they're just going to have cabinets and installation done. So you can start creating detailed quotes that can get sent out, and emailed out to your customers. We are going to have Dropbox sign. They want to approve a quote, and we can have Dropbox sign, Dropbox integration with them, and then they can make payments. We require a payment of 10% down in the first 30 days, and then the balance when the job is done. And all of that can be managed through Cloud Job Manager. Once a quote is approved, you can actually convert it to a contract, and then manage the contract that way. There's labor, there's the materials. You can define dates, apply schedule visits, when we're going to be working on it, and then see it in you can see your overall calendar here. So all of your jobs would show up here. So you can effectively have a customer effectively manage their work staff. Make sure you're not over utilized or whatever. You don't want to be overbooked. And then you can manage your invoices. So I've got a couple of outstanding invoices here that need to be paid. Obviously, there's sitting in unpaid. Again, with the payment services all integrated. Also, again, here, the same as the other applications, we've built the same functionality into our, I don't have any templates sitting here though, into all of our applications, where we can customize through the use of keywords. You can say, hello, Eric Katz, thanks for, accepting the quote. We are going to start your work on the 30th of March. We look forward to being able to service you, kind of thing. So you can send those emails out, track the emails. And we even do, and something we may have glossed over in the first couple of demos, we do open tracking on all of our, all of our software. So you can see when an email gets sent, and then when it actually gets opened by the customer, if it has not been opened. Are there any questions there? Let me see.
And again, we encourage you guys to reach out with any questions along the way. We want to be here to help support you.
Yep.
Chris, was there, and you don't have to jump in, but I wasn't sure if there was anything you wanted or needed to talk about here, or shall we move to wrap up?
Ryan, I want to hand screen back to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
We covered everything there. We're good to wrap up.
Okay. All right, good
You guys
deal.
did a good job.
Right. All right. Yeah, I want to be respectful of people's time. All right. So, a couple last things I want to go over here really fast before we finish up. Whoops, we're not going to go from the beginning. I'm going to click through fast. All right. So again, the key points. This is going to be free for life. We've said that many times for early adopters. Please get those people into us in the next 90 days, and they're going to have this free for life as long as they stay processing payments with us. We've shown you how it's highly customizable, and we're constantly working on that every day. White labeling, again, is available for your clients. We will support you in demoing this free for the businesses out there. Again, we just did one. We created a custom demo account for a pet grooming company a week or so ago. We appreciate the questions that you've had today, and we want your suggestions for additional features or verticals that you feel like you really need some help with, because we want to help you do more business. So where do we go from here? Any Jerry Maguire fans out there? Help us help you, right? Help me help you here. We need those suggestions. We need to know what you need from us. We need to know who you're thinking about for this particular software, and we can help you figure out what's going to be the right way to present it to them, to bring great value to them. Last but not least, we're offering an incentive here. Okay, so there's going to be a $150 bonus given to everyone for the first merchant that they board using the Cloud Manager software suite. Okay, so again, in addition to your clients getting this free for life, in addition to the benefits of being able to process payments through us, take advantage of our customer service, your first one with the Cloud Manager suite, you're also going to get on top of it a $150 bonus. So again, I want to thank everyone so much. Thank you so much for taking the time today. Feel free to take a photo or something like that. I'll still be reaching out to you to see your thoughts on what we talked about today and how we can support you going forward. But there's my contact information there. I want to help you guys board lots of clients. So thanks again so much for your time today, and we'll talk to you soon.